Tonight, city rates repayment on track, 2012 national budget streamed live, Fiji welcome to be part of sub-regional group, and amnesty period for all ratepayers nationwide. Good evening, you're watching Fiji Today. Suva City Special Administrator Mr. Chandu Umaria says city rates collected for Suva City this year have been the highest so far.
95% of city rates owed to the Suva City Council has been paid. Special Administrator for Suva and Lamitown, Chandu Umaria, has thanked ratepayers for paying up their rates on time, adding that the collection goes towards the upkeep of the city and the provision of essential services to all ratepayers.
And as for Suva City Council, I must thank all the ratepayers that this year has been one of the best years for the city. Out of the $13.2 million rates struck for 2011, we have collected about 95% of the rates, and I thank the ratepayers for that.
A lifeline for all municipalities, Umaria says with a total of 8,500 ratepayers, the Suva City Council is urging those ratepayers who have not paid their rates to come forward and make arrangements.
Rates is the most important factor of any municipality, and again we've been strongly urged by our minister and our ministry that we should not be relying on loans, we should not be relying on any donations or any assistance from the government, but we should be collecting rates which are owed by all the municipalities.
For the first time, a national budget announcement will be streamed live over the internet, allowing viewers worldwide to watch a 2012 national budget address by the Prime Minister Commodore Burenge Bainimarama. The announcement of live streaming over the internet is a partnership between government and popular TV station MyTV. Permanent Secretary for Ministry for Information Sharon Smith-Johns says the decision to live stream the 2012 budget address is to widen the audience.
By streaming the budget live online, it goes to a much broader audience. We have the Fijian embassies overseas, we have investors overseas, the tourism stakeholders, so it's a much broader audience that we can reach this year. Obviously we're going live on FBC and Fiji TV, as well as radio stations throughout the country. So then you've got the media following up on the Saturday and the Sunday, so there'll be a very broad coverage of the budget this year, much broader and a much larger reach than in previous years.
The budget will be announced to the public this week on the 25th of November at the Fiji Revenue and Complex, and will also be broadcasted live on FBC TV and Fiji TV. Radio stations at both Communications Fiji Limited and the Fiji Broadcasting Commission will also air the budget live.
The Prime Minister of Samoa says Fiji is welcome to apply to become part of a new sub-regional group made up of Polynesians. He says any country in the so-called Polynesian Triangle can apply to be part of the new sub-regional group.
The so-called Polynesian group has signed a memorandum of understanding with a charter to develop economic prosperity, good governance, and uphold democratic values in the region. The group includes French Polynesia, Niue, Cook Islands, Tuvalu, Tonga, Tokelau, American Samoa, and Western Samoa. Prime Minister Tui Leapa, who has been appointed the group's first chairman, says within Fiji itself there are large elements of Polynesians and is welcome to apply to become part of a new sub-regional grouping made up of Polynesian nations. He added obviously the current leadership is leaning towards their Melanesian brothers.
Today marks another milestone in Fiji's efforts to upscale the social protection system. This after the Minister for Social Welfare, Women and Poverty Alleviation, Dr. Chikulubeni, launched the World Bank reports this morning at JJ's on the Park in Suva.
With the support of the World Bank and AUSAID, the Ministry of Social Welfare, Women and Poverty Alleviation launched 2 World Bank reports, Assessment of the Social Protection System in Fiji and Recommendations for Policy Change, and Poverty Trends, Profiles and Small Area Estimation in Fiji. This is the first time these reports have been launched. Minister for Social Welfare, Women and Poverty Alleviation, Dr. Chikulubeni, says these reports will assist the government in working towards reducing poverty.
These pioneering World Bank reports for Fiji will make a significant contribution to the implementation of the Pillar 8 of the Roadmap for Democracy, Sustainable Economic, Socio-Economic Development 2009 to 2014 that calls for a reduction of poverty to a negligible level by 2015, and we're struggling to achieve that. But that is aligned to the Millennium Development Goal 1, which is to eradicate extreme poverty and hunger.
The minister adds it is important and of advantage that when studies are facilitated by technical expertise, there is a need to identify loopholes to address accordingly.
It is also through benchmarking via global evidence that recommendations on the way forward are formulated. Yet the contextualization to suit the uniqueness of country situations remain a key aspect in terms of efficient implementation.
Government needs the support of all stakeholders within civil society, private sector and international agencies to drive poverty strategies and make significant difference in reducing poverty. Father Kevin Barr, who was also present at the launch, says this roadmap will provide an opportunity to stakeholders in tackling poverty issues.
Well, it's always good to have good research reports on poverty and on poverty alleviation, and also the family assistance scheme, which assists the destitute. I suppose we've always got to distinguish between the poor and the destitute, and the family assistance scheme run by social welfare really look after the destitute, which constitute about 3% of the country's poor, but we have many more who are in poverty. So a lot of good work has been done and very useful work, and the poverty mapping will also be very useful.
Don't go away, more after the break.